Hey, greetings everyone. This is Tony Holowitz and thank you for being here for this tutorial. So Jeffrey is a person that is interested in getting Act Premium Cloud. He's doing a trial and he asked me a question about the differences between Act and Constant Contact. And one of the questions he asked me, I'm not 100% clear on the intent or the idea behind the message, so I'm trying to interpret it. But he asked me about sequential emails in Act Premium Cloud, which by default, when you have Act Premium Cloud, you have Act Marketing Automation. Now, just so you know, Act has gone through some different iterations of naming this tool. They call it email marketing. I always refer to it as Act Marketing Automation, just to clarify that. But when you create a new campaign in Act, there are different types of campaigns that are set up. There's this blank campaign, for example, where you can completely customize it. But they've also added some different campaigns: sales prospecting, promotional, an event, a newsletter campaign. So these are templates which you can use to start the process. So that's one of the options. You can view different templates by type or industry. But for now, I'm going to close this and I'm going to open up one of the sample campaigns I have in here so I can show you how this could potentially work. So let's say we're doing a promotional sales campaign. I'm going to click on this, and when I click on it, it's going to take me inside this process. Now, a little bit of information here. One, I'm going to make what you see on the screen a little bit smaller by clicking on the minus sign to make this workflow for the email a little bit smaller. So in a nutshell, when an email goes out, there can be a decision made by what happens to that email. In other words, if they opened it, do this. If they didn't open it, do that, or vice versa. So you can create decision trees in which information or emails are sent out based on the way the person on the other end interacted with that. For example, one of the things I always like to talk about is ice cream. If you're in the ice cream business and someone clicks on the chocolate ice cream email link, you could potentially have an email get shot out to them with a coupon for their first order, say 10% off their first order for chocolate ice cream. So you can get really creative with this. My issue with this kind of thing is that sometimes I think you can lose track of where you are in the process if you have a lot of this going on. Having noted that, the major difference between this inside of Act and working with a tool like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact is this. Inside of Act, Act has a feature called groups. And I can say to Act, listen, if someone opens this email, automatically put them in a group. If they click on a link, put them in a group. So in other words, I can have things automated behind the scenes so I can come in and say, okay, who are all the people that opened my email because I want to call them. And when I go to that group, it will show all those people that opened the email and put them right in front of me so I can call them. That's one simple example, but inside of Act, you have all your contact information. When you're working in an outside email program, you've got to sort of look at it there and then go find all that information in Act. So it makes it so that you can think much differently about some of these campaigns. And my experience has been, I don't go through all these steps here because generally what I do is I try to get an email out to people usually every 2 weeks. So that's my own workflow. And one of the nice things about this is if you have an email that works well, what you can do is this. Let's say the sales prospecting campaign worked and you really want to duplicate that. All you have to do is come to Actions and copy campaign. And you copy that campaign so you can do a second email blast or send with that campaign sort of acting as a template. So that copy feature makes it really easy to work with. And honestly, I just think when you start recognizing some of the internal things Act can do by connecting the emails and the results directly to the contacts in Act, you start really thinking different about it. So I wanted to do this video because Jeffrey asked me some questions and I thought maybe everyone could benefit from understanding how this can work. This is a very powerful tool, and believe it or not, only about 5% of the Act users actively use this on a regular basis. Okay, my friends, you have a great day. Thank you very much. Be well. Bye now.